saying he was forced to step in. He saw ICE agents approaching and starting to question kids that were on the field practicing baseball, all of whom, he says, happened to be American-born. That coach, Youman Wilder, is now out front. He is the founder of the Harlem Baseball Hitting Academy. Youman, where you are, this is about kids going through high school, kids getting into college who want to play baseball.
Right.
And you're in the middle of practice with the new kids who are coming in just the other day. And tell me what happened. You see armed ICE agents?
Well, we're actually at the end of practice. And my kids, the basketball court close, so they're saying, hey, you can't play basketball anymore, you're old. And I'm like, who taught Steph Curry how to shoot? It's me, of course. So I go over there and I just see the agents coming by. I'm not paying any attention to it because I've been up when I've seen them up in Washington Heights. And all of a sudden I see them make a beeline to my kids and I said, whoa. And I went over that direction, and then I just hear, what's your name, where you from? Are your parents from here? And I said, these are inappropriate questions, and I'm going to tell my kids to invoke their Fifth Amendment right now.
So they're armed and they're with labeled
Yes.
uniforms. How many of them? I can just imagine. 6 the agents.
6.
Come over to these kids.
Out of nowhere, it's like puff. They just came in, and it just was like a whole tantrum of, who are you? What are you doing here? And telling people, get back, and yelling and
They were yelling.
Screaming. Yeah, it was a thing of, I'm here and I'm in control. I'm in control of this.
So, what was the reaction of your kids? I mean, obviously these are armed law enforcement agents. On one hand, they got to be scared. They start answering the questions. What happens?
Well, I got some tough New York City kids, but so for them to be scared means something's really happening. So I just told them there's one way into the batting cage and one way out. So I said, everybody get your stuff, get your gear, and go to the back of the batting cage. And I whispered to them, I said, listen, I'm not going to let them get through me. I said, if you guys got to climb this fence and get out of here, and that's what we'll have to do. And I just said to myself, I'm willing to die to make sure that you get home.
So that they could get home to their parents.
I'm willing to die today.
Now, we called ICE to ask them about what happened here. Okay, they haven't responded, to exactly what happened. They haven't responded. So the best we could do was to try to understand what the Border Czar Tom Homan is thinking about what gives a cause to go into a baseball field and approach a bunch of kids playing baseball. So here's what he said recently about what reasons they need, what cause they need to go up to somebody. Here's what he said. So 6 of them, you say, come out of nowhere to a baseball field in Harlem.
Upper West Side, 72nd Street.
It was on 72nd
Riverside
Street.
Drive.
72nd Riverside Drive.
Right.
My kids played on that baseball field. I know exactly
right
where it is. Okay. So what about that location? These are kids. They're playing baseball.
Yes.
Their physical appearance. What was it?
We have kids from Africa. We have kids from Central America, Mexico. We have kids from those places where I guess they're not really interested. People are not interested of them being here anymore. Did I feel that we were targeted? We're on 72nd Street and Riverside Drive. It's a beacon of liberal Upper West Side Manhattan, and I understand that. But I think it would have been, if it wasn't me there, it would have been somebody else who was.
That they were just waiting for someone to come up.
I just thought. There was a bunch of people who happened to be white people, and we happened to be black people and Latino people, and they just came right to us because I don't think anyone else was stopped or anything. And
I almost hesitate to ask because it kind of.
Can I answer his question?
Yeah, answer his question. Yeah.
I'm very fortunate to have a law degree, and for this man who is. The Czar of the United States to bypass the Fourth Amendment and regulate it to nothing is insulting. We still have rights and people still have rights in this country. And for that man who's the Czar of this country, of immigration, to bypass that and bypass the Fourth Amendment and the Fifth Amendment for people that have to be safe and secure in their persons is ridiculous.
So how are those kids? And I guess just to state the obvious, I know I said it leading into the segment, but to remind everybody, they all happen to be here legally.
All
they
my
are
kids
allowed
are
to be
here.
here. They're all here legally.
Harlem Hospital, St. Barnabas Hospital in the Bronx.
Right,
St.
even
Luke's,
born here. Okay.
All born and raised.
Born and raised here. How are they doing? I mean, what does something like this do to them and to their view of the world they're living in?
Well, you know, we always had 15, 20 kids at practice. I've had one kid in the last 4 days. We haven't had.
They're not showing up to practice.
No.
Even though they are here legally, they're still scared
No.
of being taken into custody.
Today, you know, the place that we practice at.
Yes.
There was absolutely no one there today. There was no one in the entire park.
Wow.
And this is in the middle of 72nd Street and Riverside Drive. No one in the park when I left there this afternoon at 1:30 p.m.
Wow. Very sobering. Youman, I appreciate your taking the time. I know it's been a long, long day, and I know
Yes.
you're going with some of your kids on college tours tomorrow.
College tours tomorrow and summer baseball. We hope to, you know, this is all very interesting to get it forward, to have people think about it, but it's very important to start these kids back on the journey of getting them on the track to be better human beings.
Yes.
And better people and good jobs and good careers. That's what we're about.
All right, Youman, thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thank you for coming and taking the time.
Thank you so very much.